How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you my review for Deadpool and Wolverine. So if I go any further, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of more reviews like this one. I know I've been gone for a while. Real life was real life, and I had some stuff happen, but I am back. And trust me, this is not just a one-off. I'm back. I got other stuff that I'm trying to throw out there, but let's talk about these Marvels stuff, right? I think the last thing I did was X-Men 97, which kind of paved the way. It took us a while to get here, but it paved the way for us to get to Deadpool and Wolverine. A lot of things in the news, like, no Bo DeMaio. The person who's going to be rewriting scripts for season 2 and writing all season 3 worked on What If. And while I like What If was like 50-50, or that's me being nice. It's actually more like 75-25 being the people that like it, 75 being some people that are just like, do I need to watch this, right? And X-Men 97 was 100%. I'm going to tell you, Deadpool and Wolverine is 100%. I don't have a ton of notes in my phone because LOL, I was glued to the screen. I only put certain stuff down just so I wouldn't miss it. But this movie is so damn good. How did we get here? Right, we got here because Disney acquired Fox, which means they acquired Deadpool. Hell, Ryan Reynolds put out a PG-13 version of Deadpool 2 to show Disney, hey, if you want me to play ball, I'll play ball. Let me move my ice water. It is late. Usually I go to like an early showing of the movie so I can get these out while the sun is still out. I'm doing this now. It's like 1:40 in the morning, so I gotta get these thoughts out. But here we are, and Deadpool said, just like in that Super Bowl teaser trailer, he's Marvel Jesus. He is Marvel Jesus. This makes fun of itself. This makes fun of the MCU while also doing something that it feels like the competition. And I use air quotes for competition because let's be real, both Marvel Comics or Marvel Studios and DC Studios and DC Comics, they use the rivalry that fans have. It drums up advertisement. It drums up business. So I'm saying competition isn't like, over there across the way, but both sides are trying to do a multiversal kind of thing where you can make these movies that they did happen, but in other timelines, they don't matter. And initially I said, well, fans aren't that dumb. But then over the years and over the months, I realized like, you can say things flat out to fans and people alike. Like, I understand that some people will look, me, I'm a little bit more, I'm above average when it comes to fans. This is what I do. I review things. So there are people that, like myself, they'll go and be like, yeah, I'm going to watch this interview. Oh, what's the movie about? I don't want a synopsis. Just what's it about? Okay, so it's in this timeline, but it's really, these things happen and they don't affect this, but we will see these people later. And you got some people just like, oh, it's Hugh Jackman. I saw someone who, this lady wore a Hugh Jackman World Tour shirt. She didn't give a damn about Deadpool. She probably didn't care about Ryan Reynolds. She came to watch Hugh Jackman. Yeah, people who were there because X-Men. We're going to see some X-Men stuff. And, oh, man, Deadpool. So we're going to see some So, this is a multiversal story. But we have our anchors from Loki season 2 and Loki season 1. Hell, Loki even referenced when they talk about Alioth. He's like, "Oh, Alia from Loki season 1, episode 5." I just the and it's Deadpool. Deadpool does what Deadpool does. Let's finally, we're at a third movie, kind of. In interviews, Ryan Reynolds say it purposely is not a third Deadpool movie. It's Deadpool and Wolverine, which makes sense. Even in the movie Deadpool, maybe Ryan Reynolds was telling Logan, I waited a long time for this team up. Because first movie, we had Deadpool and Colossus with Negasonic Team's Warhead. So it's Deadpool's first outing. And then the second movie, we got Deadpool and Cable. legendary. Those two have worked together a lot. Then this movie we have Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm gonna be flat out with you. This brand new Spider-Man shirt. I wore the Spider-Man shirt because there's two cameos I wanted to see. I wanted to see a Spider-Man and I wanted to see Wesley Snipes' Blade. I got one of those, and you'll find out which one in a second. But Spider-Man is actually the other person that Deadpool has tons of team ups with. As a matter of fact, Deadpool has a crush on Spider-Man. So I'm going to need Deadpool to show up in 616 again, which apparently he was able to with Cable's time thing. He jumped over to 616, has an interview with Happy Hogan in 2018. We see the picture that Tony took with Peter at the end of Spider-Man Homecoming, but that Iron Man helmet that the kid wore that we find out through various readings, Tom Holland said he envisioned that kid was Peter, the one in the Iron Man 2 that put up the hand that Iron Man saved him. But that helmet blocked the Tom Holland side. So I'm wondering if they were like, hey, Sony, can we put this in here? And Sony's like, no, we have other plans with our Spider-Man. No, maybe. But we do get Jon Favreau, who Jon Favreau has been in Marvel before Iron Man. Remember, he wasn't Happy Hogan. He was Foggy Nelson and Matt Damon. Wow. Ben Affleck's Daredevil. So he been in this game for a minute. Now that I've hit the 6-minute mark, I can say let's fucking go. This so good. Pacing's 5 out of 5. I was worried about the pacing going in here, and this feels like what they wanted for Multiverse of Madness. I'm on record. Multiverse of Madness is a 5 out of 5 for me. Partially biased because I love Doctor Strange. I love what they did. I understood that they couldn't do everything, and in here they really couldn't do everything either. We didn't see like the X-Men of old, except for in the end when they were kind of doing an homage thing. And I think that's because rumors, everybody. Rumors is that we're going to get an X-Men movie, but it's going to be from the X-Men where Monica Rambeau is. And those X-Men are essentially the ones we grew up with. There'll probably be an amalgamation of those in the First Class universe. We'll see Halle Berry Storm. We'll see, Brian Marsden? Brian Marsden, the guy who plays Cyclops. We'll see, is her name Falk? I forget. The old lady is Jean Grey. Yes, I said what I said. We'll get those characters, and we'll have like a X-Men versus Avengers kind of thing, which in this multiversal saga makes a ton of sense, right? So maybe that's why we didn't get a ton of them. We do get, I'm gonna get to the cameos in a minute. We do get a lot of that, but the pacing is very well done. It feels like this is what you wanted from Multiverse of Madness. You know, the jokes do kind of come. Jokes either come really hard and really fast, or they sit and settle with some things. And some stuff is just naturally funny that kind of comes off very, very well. Music is 5 out of 5. Holy shit. They had to spend a lot of money on this soundtrack, not just from the trailer use of Like a Prayer, which it shows up in this movie where you would imagine it would show up, especially the twin conductor scene. That song is the theme of this movie. I really, really like it. The opening sequence with Bye Bye Bye, I'm gonna get into that in a second. And you have we had T.I. Bring 'Em Out. What else? I think there was an Avril Lavigne song in there. Like this soundtrack, Deadpool movies are known for really good soundtracks. I think we had Salt and Pepper in the first one. We had, what was in the second one? I cannot remember. That Deadpool was almost synonymous with hip hop at this point in all of his movies, but really, really good soundtrack. Now let's go back to this action, right? That opening sequence, my God, where he's, spoilers, by the way, if you don't read my title, spoilers, he digs up Logan's body from the movie Logan, which I still actually haven't seen because I was going to go see it and someone literally spoiled every major part. And I said, cool. It is no point for me to go see this movie because I know everything that happens in it. I will end up seeing it with my own two eyes. Maybe I'll do a retro review. God, to call that movie retro is so weird. But digs up this man's body, and the opening sequence is Bye 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 by NSYNC. And Deadpool does the dance from the music video using Logan's adamantium skeleton as weapons. Like bone nunchaku. Badass. And you've seen people stabbed in the head, slit in the throat, stabbed in the testicles, stabbed in the butt. Just eviscerated. Eviscerates people. And the action, since I'm on action, it's 5 out of 5. Like that part, really good. The Sony Fox team up, which includes Elektra, Wesley Snipes' Blade, where he does say motherfucker still trying to ice skate uphill. You have X-23 played by her original actress from Logan. Yeah, Gambit played by Channing Tatum, which I'm glad Channing Tatum got to get this out of his system. I don't ever want him to play Gambit ever again. I could barely hear what he was talking about when he using that accent. Oh, I tell you about that gumbo shrimp boy. And it's like Deadpool makes fun of him by going like, I don't understand what he's saying. And I'm gonna be real. I was with you, Deadpool, because I could understand 50% of what he was saying. But then when he started talking about him coming out of his father's buttery nuts into his mother, I'm like, why am I able to hear that part? I don't want to hear that part. But what that's probably like the one joke scene that kind of went way too far to the left, because I said, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? So it's those four with Deadpool and Logan, kind of like a surprise. Logan shows up. I'll get into that, his talk with X-23 with Laura. But that team up fight, those people got the best hurrah, because Elektra movies were bad. Was it movies? No, the Elektra movie was bad. And I'm glad she got her time to shine. We do get shout outs because there was a small resistance. Punisher got murdered by Cassandra Nova. Daredevil got murdered, which was a small joke there where Deadpool's like, oh, I'm really sorry. She's like, and of course, Johnny Storm got murdered. I'll get to that in a second, because that's funny. But that fight scene was good. Blade didn't even have his katana. He's using a kukri and doing the spinny blade thing. Fun. He fought Azazel. That was good fun. Was X-23 killed Juggernaut? That's part of the plan. That was just Gambit's use of Royal Flush, where he has all the cards charged and he throws them. And then we see each person explode and heads explode, and he taps the dude with the staff and he explodes. Like, because this was rated R, you got to see the most visceral version of Gambit's powers, because Gambit is an assassin. He has murdered folks in the comics, so that is a thing. And then the other really good fight scenes were the two Wolverine versus Deadpool fights. The first initial one, where Deadpool's like, oh, you let your world go to shit, blah blah blah, you're the worst Wolverine. That fight was good till they got broken up. And then Wolverine and Deadpool fighting in a Honda Odyssey, where Logan said some really mean shit, like, you couldn't even keep the stripper girl happy, you mess up everything, yeah, literal fuck up. Just, he runs him down to, like, it makes Deadpool sound, Deadpool's like, I'm gonna fight you now. And the fight was really good, like really, really good. It's kind of like an alternative hallway fight, where you're fighting in a car. Like, Logan pops him out of the roof and he falls down, and then he jumps right back in. Really, really fun. Where am I at here? Two villains. The plot's 5 out of 5. Easy to follow, not overly complicated. You start off with Paradox from TVA, who initially makes you think, oh, he has Deadpool, so Deadpool can save his world, because Deadpool's anchored to his universe. Logan, who dies in Deadpool's future, him dying is slowly eroding the universe, which is very meta within itself, right? It's very meta. Wolverine dying in those Fox movies erodes the rest of the Fox universe in a way, till Deadpool comes and resuscitates it. Again, meta. And then I said, oh no, he's just, they said you were special, so I pull out special people And then we just let, either we let the universe die, or he's trying to speed up the death of universes. He liked it when they pruned them before. So he's going to make a time ripper to do that instead. And Deadpool, obviously, he's not going to let that happen. He literally said in the beginning of the movie, all 9 people he actually cares about was in that one room celebrating his birthday. Yeah, Peter, Negasonic Warhead, Yukio. Hi, Yukio. Colossus. Shatterstar. No Cable. No Cable was kind of a disappointment. Maybe Josh Brolin just didn't want to do it. Maybe it cost too much with the CGI. I don't know. Blind Owl, which Wolverine does make a good point. Why do you call the blind woman Blind Owl and not just Owl? Makes sense. It's funny because Deadpool's an ass. Vanessa, who moved on, but she didn't move on. But she did move on, but she didn't. And of course, Peter. Everyone loves Peter. Am I missing anyone? Oh, Dope Ender. Who cares? Dope Ender was there. But, obviously Weasel wasn't going to be there for obvious reasons. And he gets a Logan. I can't wait to get to those cameos and say, if he gets a Logan, doesn't work, then you go, oh, there's Cassandra Nova. Well, she knows how to get us out of here, so we got to fight her. And then the 2 villains show up. One trumps the other one. It's very easy to follow. And, both villains aren't redundant within each other. Paradox is prim and proper, but he's wacky in a way, right? He's prim and proper, but he tells these jokes that are really, they're kind of cruel. Cassandra Nova is genuinely scary. When I talk about her in a minute, she's genuinely scary. She is not the same Cassandra Nova from the comics. She's similarities, but she is truly frightening. Man, adamantium bones as weapons is still really good. So let's talk about these cameos. We have, this is what we use the phone for, guys. We have Wolverine. So Deadpool has to go around and look for these Wolverines before he settles on this Wolverine in particular. He goes to where, you see it in the trailer. He sees Patch Wolverine here. Very classic Wolverine. Goes to Madripoor. Uses his name Patch. He's doing some espionage stuff. He goes to Age of Apocalypse and sees this Wolverine with the one arm and the red and the black. And he has the big glam. And our dude Hugh Jackman is playing him. We get Wolverine from Uncanny X-Men 251, where Logan was crucified on the X cross, and it's so weird this word he went to, because there's all blood raining down here with those skulls. I don't understand that universe, but I understand it was a reference. It was a reference, a good reference at that. And then he goes to a world where Wolverine's wearing the brown and orange. He's like, oh, brown and orange classic, when you filmed the Incredible Hulk. And we do see Logan fighting the Incredible Hulk in here. And we get this iconic image drawn by Todd McFarlane, where we see Hulk's reflection in Wolverine's claws. We get a comic book accurate height Logan where he goes to, where also played by Hugh Jackman. He jumps down and he's 5'3", and it's like, yeah, I'm okay with Wolverine not being comic book accurate in the movies. That was so jarring to see. Unless you throw Danny DeVito in there, he's naturally that tall and he doesn't look freakish, right? Or what's our guy called? Daniel Radcliffe. He's a little bit shorter, but I'm trying to see if I get to all the good ones before I get to this one. Happy Hogan already mentioned, but we get Henry Cavill. Now, someone did put up the image that he shows up on here. So, look, I was going to show it. I don't feel like getting in trouble, but Henry Cavill shows up as Wolverine. Cigar and all. We do get a funny tease in the first Wolverine Deadpool fight where there's a smoking bullet because his body popping out the bullets. He has a smoking bullet and he just spits it out while it looks like he has a cigar. Henry Cavill Logan smoking a cigar and punches Deadpool through a bunch of pillars. And I heard there was rumors saying, hey, you might see the person that'll play Wolverine in the MCU in this movie. And I'm like, oh, okay, so they're going to have different variants. I knew there's going to be different variants of Logan popping up. And I thought they would be played by different people. No, everyone's played by Hugh Jackman, but that one. Honestly, I'll take Henry Cavill as Wolverine. He had the hair. I'm looking at it right here. He has the hair. He has the look. You're just gonna have to make sure that you have a Cyclops that's equally as hot as Henry Cavill, so that way you can be like, oh, I see why Gene doesn't immediately choose this guy. Although I hate the love triangle. I hate the love triangle with a fucking passion. I really do. A lot of F-bombs in this movie too, mostly from Logan, who does a lot of drinking and swearing, gratuitous use of fuck, a lot of that. We are getting our 2018 616. Deadpool's universe is 10005. I said no Cable, no Holland. Channing Tatum as Gambit. My God. When Chris Evans shows up, we all initially said, "Oh my God, Captain America is in the void," and he turns the thing, he throws the thing up, he's like, flame on, and I'm like, it's Johnny Storm, who Cassandra Nova murders. When Deadpool says all this stuff about you, and rips it off. And the joke is, after the end credit scene is where Deadpool goes, look, tired of everyone saying I got him killed. Look, goes to go to the camera, and Deadpool looks up at a camera recording all this, and Human Torch proceeds to say all those nasty things that he said about Cassandra Nova. Yeah. Another cameo thing was the Fantastic Four car. The F4 car showed up in this, and that was just, damn, that's some deep cuts. Let's talk about people from X-Men Last Stand that show up that most of you probably don't give a shit about, but Lady Deathstrike, all original actors, by the way. Lady Deathstrike, Azazel, the Juggernaut, Toad, played by Ray Park. Man, how does Ray Park not get a credit is beyond me. The man's freaking Darth Maul. Do better. Sabretooth, the first one, not Liv Schreiber, the best one, but the first one, who easily gets murdered. Pyro shows up. He dies as well. Some lady that was, I guess, supposed to be Psylocke. Was she supposed to be Psylocke? She did purple energy weapons on Lauren. I'm like, was that some? She had a couple of purple highlights. I'm like, was that supposed to be Psylocke? Because one, that wasn't Olivia Munn, which Olivia Munn's probably done with doing acting things for a while. Two, didn't look like my Psylocke. So, Spike, the woman who played Spike, and Bryan Singer, who made the third movie, said he never heard of Spike, even though Spike is an original character from X-Men Evolution. So is X-23, but she's the best one. Spike was some throwaway. They never heard of Gentle. Never heard of Gentle, who's actually related to Storm as well. But I'm not even going to get into that. I thought Sticky Fingers Blade was in there. The dude looks like Sticky Finger Blade. So a giant dead Ant-Man body, which Ryan Reynolds goes, oh, Paul Rudd finally aged, which that's why I say Ryan Reynolds, because sometimes Deadpool teeters on, oh, that's just Ryan Reynolds saying this stuff. It's still funny. He even tells Wolverine, I'm telling Blake. It's fun. It's funny when he does it. There was like one joke Pyro said when Cassandra Nova was going to stick her fingers in his head to get the information, because that's how she does her part of her powers. And he's like, just ask, I'll tell you. You can ask sometime. He still dies, but still. We do get Doctor Strange showed up. Obviously, Cassandra Nova killed him. We don't see him, but she says he showed up and had this, and had a sling ring that had the power gem and the time gem, which is how you get to go through time and dimensions. Also, she killed Magneto. Man, too bad Magneto didn't show up. Deadpool Corps, which also is a comic thing. So the main ones from Deadpool Corps, we do see, Kidpool, who was an asshole, Headpool, Lady Deadpool, played by Blake Lively. You can look at the end of the credits. So for those of you who hoping Taylor Swift wasn't there, I hope you're happy. She's probably going to play Dazzler in an X-Men movie, and I don't think she can act. She's Beyonce level of bad when it comes to acting. I said what I said. They suck at acting. You have Sheriff Deadpool. You have Dogpool, who's very funny, shows up throughout the whole thing. Deadpool ends up being able to keep her. Dogpool's a she. Samurai Deadpool, a bunch of other variants. But we also have Peter, who has some type of romance with B-15 at the end of this. Like, she's feeling him and he's feeling her. And he was bulging out of that suit. So she was probably like, yeah, We're going to have to get you over to TVA instead of selling used cars, which he wanted Deadpool to go back to being Deadpool, like being the merc with the mouth tagline was said in there, murdering folks, which was, I like that his friends that were encouraging him to be who he was and not be down about not being an Avenger, which Logan says, fuck the Avengers, which was funny because that means that they were Avengers in his world. Can't wait to get into what happens with him. Did I miss anything? Blind Owl. Oh, there we go. So, in all of Deadpool's friends, I told you all his friends before. So I'm going to talk about 3 characters. Yep, 3 characters. It's Deadpool, Logan, Cassandra Nova. Apologize, this might get to 35 minutes because I got to talk. So, Deadpool wants to do something with his life. Like, that's all he's ever wanted. And you do get that feeling. Outside the first movie being like, I got to get my girl back. And then the second movie, who was the villain here? Wanting to do more, but Vanessa died. Again, his movies tend to center around Vanessa. I'm noticing. Because in this third one, they haven't broken up, but they broke up because Deadpool was doing the thing, was like, just say the thing, just say you don't want to be with me. We see that in his memory that, Cassandra kind of fucks with a little bit. But he wanted to be an Avenger so bad that it started to weigh on him. You ever known people that wanted something so bad and they thought that it was their whole world, so they let everything else fall to the wayside? Unfortunately, that happens with our friend Deadpool here. Because he says that's all I wanted. And Happy Hogan says, see, you notice what you said there. The Avengers don't need to do this. They do it because other people need them to do it. It's a Deadpool, you don't really need to be them, right? Which is funny when Logan gets mad, he says, you couldn't be an Avenger or X-Men. Crazy. And he couldn't even run X-Force, which, boy, that was the biggest swerve. He said they didn't test well, which was funny. If that's actually why they killed them off, because they didn't test well in audiences, that would be really funny. It makes educated wish lying to Logan that TVA could take him back in time so he can fix what he did wrong. He does have a very, that was a very serious moment with Logan. I appreciate that they captured that side of Deadpool, because in the comics, before the taco thing, I'm attributing all the taco BS bullshit to Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That's when they went super crazy with the taco shit with Deadpool and having comedians write for his comics. The guy would break the fourth wall, but while he is very, very aware that he is a comic book character, he still lives in his world and cares for what goes on in that world. We have seen alternate comic books where he goes, oh, none of this matters, and murders everybody. This is not that. He cares, and I like that there was a moment in here where he just stops all the jokes, like, I'm going to fight you now because you hurt my feelings. This is all that matters. I need your help. And I appreciate that. The sacrifice at the end with, antimatter and I forget the opposite, antimatter, matter. And if the person who holds it will die, that's the only way to get the Time Ripper to turn on Cassandra. And they both do a double hand hold, which Like a Prayer comes on again for that, which really good visual, really, really good visual. The movie is about friendship because it's Deadpool and Wolverine. Talks fresh about how much he messes up. Deadpool was played in an interesting way here. First, the second movie wants to die because he has nothing to live for. And then he sees how much that his self-loathing was more or less hurting another kid. And yeah, that movie was fun. I think this movie is better than the first two. But yeah, let's talk about Logan. Literally wants to die. Very reminiscent of Old Man Logan from Old Man Logan comic books, which Logan was supposed to be playing, I imagine. At least that's what I read, right? And he let his world down. I'm gonna call bullshit. Now this is why this is going past 30 minutes here. I call bullshit because he wears the costume because the team wanted him to wear it. And he didn't want them to know that he cared, right? Scott would tell him to put it on. Scott, Jean, Storm, Beast, they all wanted him to put it on. And then one day, he was all getting drunk and then some humans came in. And he's having this conversation with Laura at the fire at their little shelter place, right? And she's like, and I can guess what happens. He's like, no, let me say it. And I like that he said that. He said, let him say the grief part, which very real. You should say the uncomfortable thing out loud so you can grow out of it. I feel like if he didn't say it, it would have stayed bottled in, because he's been trying to drink this whole entire damn movie. He even drank rubbing alcohol. But I call him bullshit, because he goes back and they're all dead. And obviously he murdered all the people, and sometimes he murdered good people, and that's why the world started to hate X-Men and mutants and blah blah blah. I call bullshit that just humans just showed up. Fine, you guys don't like bees, sure, they kill bees. Cyclops is a master tactician, but fine, I'll give you that. I am not the biggest fan of Jean Grey, but you're going to tell me Jean Grey, an Omega level mutant, and Storm, also an Omega level mutant, both were just killed by humans that decided to show up and try to kill them. You're trying to tell me that Jean wouldn't have telepathically went, Logan, help us, they're trying to kill us, and then Logan just hop on a motorcycle and then rushes all the way there? You're trying to tell me that those two in particular would have gotten fucked up? I call bullshit on that whole thing. Unless whatever universe he came from, they were that weak. Man, I hope he don't come from the universe that Monica Rambeau fell in. Well, Beast was alive in that one, so that's just because. Okay, and that's how he let everybody down. You know, he's sitting in the bar. Looks like the same bartender from the X-Men 1 movie. It's like, you're not welcome here, because everybody's pissed about, Logan flipping Hannah. I mean, y'all pushed him to that point, but still. And I love that he said that he needed to get it out. I love the suit. He wears the mask when it's time for them to do the Wolverine and Deadpool versus the Deadpool Corps. They're at the beck and call of Cassandra Nova. So you got to go through them. Apparently, Nice Pool was the only one that couldn't regenerate, and all the others actually do regenerate. But the mask being on looked really good. The suit looked good. Sleeves and then no sleeves. So all of you who are mad about the sleeves can shut the hell up. But he was actively going through the stages of grief, like sorrow to rage, to melancholy, to acceptance. He kind of had a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Bartering. It's like, so I help you and I can fix them and get them back. And later it's acceptance, where X-23 flat says, we won't succeed, we'll die if you don't join us. And he hops out the back of that car, and I love that it was go time. Very nice to see him actively grieving, then making friends with Deadpool and staying with him at the end. It was very much hinted by B-15 that those two will get involved more, because of their actions, they were able to stop the deterioration of that timeline and keep it going. So yes, and yay. So something there has to matter. Maybe they'll make more time rippers that can unrip time. Cassandra Nova. Oh, wait. Avengers exist in this world. Says fuck the Avengers. That's funny. I got jokes. I'll tell the jokes at the end, because I got this Blade one that I'll tell at the end. But he is Wolverine through and through. This is Wolverine. Which version of Wolverine? Probably the 90s one, the super sad 90s one. Really, really good. It's like a mixture of Old Man Logan and sad, and just sad regular Logan. Sandra Nova is super buffed. Charles technically does not have telekinesis, so his twin should not have telekinesis either, but she does, and her telekinesis is at an Omega level. I can buy them having telekinesis, but the stuff she does, makes Logan's, claws go into him, into the ground, rips off Johnny Storm's skin, and he just crumbles like a deflated meat balloon. What else does she do? She's immensely powerful. And Cassandra Nova is mentally powerful, but she's never been that physically strong. So I get that you kind of need to buff her up. The way that the effects when she puts her fingers through their faces and sticks her finger all the way into Logan's forehead just to get the whole effect of bringing out the stuff out of their minds. She even says she didn't learn from Charles to be a little bit more delicate with her abilities. And I'm assuming, because I may have missed this, I'm assuming that just like her original origin, Charles tried to strangle her in the womb, but I'm guessing she lived, and TVA took her when she was a child, threw it into the void, and they had an agreement. She could stay there, run the void, and she just doesn't mess with anything of theirs. Which, I didn't call that, but when I saw Pyro talking to Paradox, I said, oh, if he's talking to Paradox, Paradox probably has a line to her, and she even talks to him too. She was content with ruling the void, but now, since there's a Time Ripper, she wants to destroy everything. She's very charming, a very charming villain that's honest to a comedic effect. When they put the Juggernaut helmet on her, and Deadpool's like, I can snap her neck right now. And Logan only tells him not to because he's like, I want to kill you, but Charles would want to save you. And Deadpool's like, what are you going to do if we take off the helmet? I'm going to murder you both. I'm going to start with you. And she's just honest, but it's funny honest. And when she doesn't kill them, when she's like, yeah, he really loved you. You really loved him. Huh? He would have loved you if he had a chance to know that you existed, right? Okay. Bonding there. But she turns right back around and becomes a villain still when she's like, all right, I want to figure out why you shot me, Pyro. Which just fingers through the thing and snaps the neck. Just, whew. She's very dangerous, very witty. A good villain. I mean, I'm a huge advocate of going, don't kill off your villains. You kind of had to kill off Cassandra Nova. Paradox is still alive. He's a whimpering fool who straight up tells B-15, I had nothing to do with this whole thing. I brought in my team and my friends died. And when they survived, it's like, fuck, I can't believe you lived. The jig is up. He's thrown into interrogation or whatever. Excuse me. But yeah, her being the big bad, really good call. I didn't know where they could go with villains from here. Really good call. She looks a lot like James McAvoy. You know, you get the baldness of both him and what's my guy called, Patrick Stewart. Mostly Patrick Stewart was always bald. You know, James McAvoy had hair in most of his movies, but baldness of Stewart. But some of the facial expressions of McAvoy, she did a really good job. The ending was nice as well. Behind the scenes of all the Fox X-Men movies, the Sony Electro movie, the Daredevil ones too. You get a lot of funny, cute things. You even see the Fantastic Four stuff. We got to see, they did a nice little transition of like Chris Evans, Johnny Storm into Michael B. Jordan, Johnny Storm. And, you know, my friend I saw this movie with, they made a good point. Like, people, as much as these movies are ragged on, people did work hard on these movies. But I'm going to be honest with you, this was a great hurrah for them because a lot of those movies sucked. Especially Fan Forsick, that reboot. Whew, that was garbage. And so was X3, if we're going to be X3. X2 was teetering, but X3. Oh, man, that's a bad movie. Bad. But I digress. It's nice that they got that thing in there. All to the Green Day song, I Hope You Had a Time of Your Life. That was nice. Or Good Riddance. I think that's the actual name of the song. Really, really nice. Right? I did mention that Johnny did say all those things at the end. That was the post-end credit scene. I'm glad it was that instead of Deadpool will return and so will Logan. No, just throw that funny thing out there. Don't do the thing you normally do. Something I gotta harp on though, and maybe I was the odd person in my theater. You have this scene of all of Deadpool's friends plus his new friend of this Logan and Laura there with Dogpool, and Logan's pushing him to get back with Vanessa, and they're reconciling. The wine scene even though you're going to focus on the Wolverine mask and the Deadpool mask, you have an accurate Colossus and Wolverine Hugh Jackman in the same shot, and no one's making a big deal about this. Yes, Colossus and Wolverine did a fastball special in X3. Whoop-de fucking do. Probably one of the few good scenes in that movie. I'm not gonna lie, I saw it the summer it came out. I know what the hell I'm talking about now. I enjoyed that scene, but whoop-de fucking do, this was great right there. All you're missing is Nightcrawler, which they did pay homage to the other two Nightcrawlers in the end. Even paid homage to Age of Apocalypse, the First Class movies. They paid homage to that too in the ending. But all you was missing was a Nightcrawler there, because Wolverine, Colossus, Nightcrawler all came into the X-Men at the same time, and I consider those three a trio. I hope I get that in a movie soon. I don't even care. I don't care if it's Jackman or Wolverine. One of those two with that Colossus, and give me a damn good Nightcrawler, and we can get like X-Men 97 levels of a fight scene. Because remember that Wolverine and Nightcrawler fight scene? We can get I need it in my veins right now. TVA is going to help the others because they lived. They killed everybody. I'm talking about Elektra, Wesley Snipes, Laura, because you see she's with Logan, and Gambit, shitty Tatum Gambit. So they'll probably show up again, and then they'll probably be in Secret Wars. Probably see in Secret Wars. So let's talk about some of these jokes. Blade had two good jokes. The motherfucker's ice skating uphill joke. He had another one. He takes out one of Punisher's rocket launchers and goes, there's only one. Because what did Wade say? Wade said, which Punisher? There's been like 5. And Blade goes, there's only one Blade. And you just get Ryan Reynolds with the mask just looking at the screen, because it's funny, right? They're trying to make another Blade, but it's going pretty bad. I'm going to start doing news videos again. Well, it's going pretty badly for a lot of reasons, but that was a funny ass joke. We have Nice Pool. Deadpool goes on going, let's stop this whole multiversal thing. It's been failure after failure after failure. You got Nice Pool going, I liked everything after Endgame. He even makes a joke about the woke mob and makes a joke about the anti-woke mob. He didn't hold back. The only thing they were told they couldn't joke about was cocaine and Bambi. They could not say anything about Bambi. Everything else was there, and they ran with it. And then we had a thing where it's like a juxtaposition. Remember in Thor: The Dark World when he was holding up Loki and crying? Well, now he's holding up Deadpool with half a mask and he's crying. And Deadpool's like, hey, what's down screen? Why is Thor crying? And they quickly cut it off. It's kind of funny. If that happens in the future, I'm going to lose my shit, because that would be really cool to see. But yeah, jokes were on point. This movie, thank you for sticking around for 43 minutes. This movie is a 5 out of 5 must see. I am ecstatic. I am wired. I can't wait for this to come out on Blu-ray, because I'm gonna buy the shit out of it. I hope it has a steelbook too. Some of you may know I play HeroClix. If you don't know what HeroClix is, tabletop game, miniatures made from comic books of DC and Marvel. Mostly a lot of Marvel stuff, because for some reason they don't do a lot of DC stuff. But that's neither here nor there. This makes me want to just get all these characters and just such a good love letter to the movies that we started with. Blade started all of it, so just being able to transition into this amazing thing that they're all officially in the MCU now. I can't wait to see what comes next. I know we got Captain America, Spider-Man, and Fantastic Four next. I don't know which one of those come first, but I am officially excited. Thank you, X-Men 97. Thank you, Deadpool and Wolverine. As an X-Men fan, I'm ecstatic and elated. I'm kind of sad we didn't get like an Andrew Garfield Spider-Man popping in there. I'm kind of sad we didn't get Emma Stone as Gwenpool, but maybe we'll get that in the future. This was nice and contained. 5 out of 5. If you've seen the movie, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, please. I'm very interested in seeing what other people thought of this film. Please be good, be blessed. hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you're not hit it, and if you're new here, so you can get notified of more reviews like this, because I got more stuff coming. And if you want to support me even further, my Patreon is in the description below. Anything you can donate is greatly appreciated. Trying to boost this channel up and do even better things. Guys, please be good, be blessed, drink some water, be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way it goes, don't be a jerk. Have a safe weekend out there. All right. And remember, there are people out there that care about you. Whether you're grieving or you know someone else is grieving, reach out to somebody. There are people out there that would rather see you and talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. I can guarantee it. There's someone out there that care about you. I care about you. If you want to get in contact with me, my social media links are in the description below. Send me a message. Say hi. Just don't be a jerk about it, and we'll be good. All right. So, maximum effort, guys. Great movie. See it now. See it now. If you haven't, why are you still here? Go see it. And I'll see you guys next time. 2 hours. Man, those 2 hours flew by. Until next time, keep your eyes open. Maximum effort. Let's fucking go.